This is Jarrod Horak, and in this Preakness Week video, I will recap Black-Eyed Susan Day at Pimlico. Now, there were 14 races scheduled for Friday. The drying out main track was fast, and the turf course was listed as good, but that was through the first 12 races, because after race 12, the Pimlico Special, thunderstorms rolled through the area, and there was a weather delay at Pimlico. After the storm passed, the track was sloppy for the Black-Eyed Susan Stakes, and the 14th race, a 5-furlong turf sprint, was canceled. Now we're going to recap the Friday action, and we will begin with winning jockeys and trainers on the day, and jockey Flavien Prat. He rode 3 winners, including Play with Fire in the Hilltop Stakes 1 mile on turf, and Margie's Intention in the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan Stakes, 1 1/8 in the slop. Irad Ortiz Jr., he guided home 2 stakes winners on the day, Candied for trainer Todd Pletcher in the DuPont Distaff, 1 1/8 on fast dirt, and Basarati in the Very One Stakes, 5 furlongs on the turf course for trainer Brittany Russell. Now, Tyler Connor, he rode a couple of winners, and they were both in sprint races, 67-1 long shot and a 9-1 horse. So Tyler Connor had a good day with some price horses on Friday. Trainer Brad Cox settled 2 winners on the day, and Flavien Prat rode both of those winners. Now we'll look at the track profile for Friday. There were 7 races on dirt, and for those 7 races, 3 of them were at 6 furlongs. And the first 6-furlong race, a front-running favorite, won from post 5. The second 6-furlong race, we had a 67-1 closer. I mentioned that when Tyler Connor was aboard from post 1. And then the other 6-furlong race, a 7-2 stalker from post 8. The other main track races were route races. One was at 1 1/16, and a 3-1 front runner from post 8 won that one. At 1 1/8, we had 2 races. The stalking favorite, that was Candied, from post 3 won. And then the other 1 1/8 race, the Black-Eyed Susan Stakes, that was in the slop, and a stalker, Margie's Intention, from post position 3, won that event. And then we had a 1 3/16 race, the same distance as the Preakness. That was the Grade 3 Pimlico Special, and a 7-1 stalker from post 4 won that race. Now, there were 6 turf races on the afternoon. 3 of them were at 5 furlongs on turf. And the first 5-furlong turf race was won by the front-running favorite from post 8. The next 5-furlong turf race, a 9-1 closer from post 5 won. And then the final 5-furlong turf race, a 7-2 dueling front runner, got the job done from post 2. And we had 3 races at 1 mile on turf. And a 5-1 front runner won the first one from post 3. And then a 37-1 closer from post 6 won the second race at 1 mile on turf. The final 1 mile turf race, a 7-2 closer from post position 2, won that event. Now we're going to recap the 2 big stakes races on Friday, the Grade 3 Pimlico Special and the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan Stakes. Now, for that Pimlico Special, it was race 12, the race before we had all of the rain come in, and it was Awesome Aaron stalking the pace under John Velasquez for trainer Norm Cassie getting the job done. He was sitting in 4th, moved up, came after Phileas Fogg, who was down on the inside, tracking the pace and then taking over the lead. But then Awesome Aaron was able to wear that one down and win by 3/4 of a length. My top choice in here was Star of Wonder, ended up finishing in even 3rd under Flavien Prat. Was tracking the pace, just couldn't quicken and go with the top 2 in the late going. So that's how that race turned out. And then the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan Stakes, it was a wet track, and Margie's Intention was the winner here. And she rallied from 4th place. She was sitting between 4th and 5th, mid-pack stalking trip, always in a good position under jockey Flavien Prat. And for her, earlier this year at Fairgrounds in a 1 mile race in the slop, the only time she ever raced in the slop, she won by 11 lengths, and that was her best career speed rating. So Margie's Intention clearly likes a wet track. She was moving to the Brad Cox barn for this race, and she was working out a good stalking trip on the inside, and she was able to wear down my second choice, Paris Lily. I had a good picture of Paris Lily when I went to Pimlico earlier this week, went on the backside into the barn area and got some pictures and some videos, and I did an on-site video that day as well. But Paris Lily, if she would have won, I'm going to throw her picture up anyway, but if she would have won, that would have been a good effort. But she did run a good race. She set the pace. She had just exited a victory in the slop, and she was able to get out there and set the pace like I thought she would. And she was my second choice. But Margie's Intention was just able to wear her down. She had more stamina, and she was able to win by 3/4 of a length. Good effort from Paris Lily on the front end, clearly second best. Kinsey Queen rallied for 3rd. Now, I also had the trifecta there. I wanted Kinsey, a horse that was a late runner, to get up and finish third, and Kinsey Queen was one of the horses that I keyed in third that I thought could just jump up late and get a piece of the purse, and that's how that did play out there. Now we want to find out if any of the Preakness runners have the type of stalking running style that we saw that was so successful in the Grade 3 Pimlico Special and the Grade 2 Black-Eyed Susan Stakes. Now, 3 of the Preakness starters come to mind as stalking types, and they are Journalism, River Thames, and Gosger. Now, Journalism, he should work out a good trip, maybe something like Margie's Intention did, down towards the inside, tracking the pace, and making a nice run and wearing down some of the earlier runners. I can see Journalism working out that Margie's Intention trip and possibly winning the Preakness Stakes as the most likely winner on paper and the favorite. Now, River Thames probably will be stalking while out in the clear, a similar trip to what we saw with the winner of the Grade 3 Pimlico Special. So I can see that one stalking out in the clear and getting a decent trip as well. And then Gossker from that outside post. Now he's going to need to work over a little bit. He doesn't want to avoid, he wants to avoid losing too much ground from that outside post. He doesn't want to be stalking 5 wide. I don't think he's going to be good enough. He only has 3 lifetime starts to do that. But if he can work over and get some kind of decent tactical tracking, stalking type trip, he could outrun his odds. Now, as you can see from those Friday results, both surfaces did seem to play fair, and the weather forecast for Preakness Saturday, it does call for scattered morning showers, but then after that, a very low chance of rain for the rest of the day with a high temperature of 88. So we're probably going to have a drying out track again, just like we did on Friday prior to those storms. And now I'm going to show my Pimlico full card highlights. The Black-Eyed Susan Day for Friday, May 16th. Had a decent day on my full card. Had 5 top choice winners, including in race 9. Play with Fire was my price play, and that one was able to win and pay $9. I also had the Exacta, $54.60, and the Trifecta for $272. Had Echo Sound in the 10th race, paying $9.80, and then Margie's Intention, my best bet on the card, 5-2 in the Black-Eyed Susan, paid $7. Had the Exacta for $42.60 with my second choice running second, and then the Trifecta as well, paying $230.80. Also had some doubles and pick threes throughout the day as well. So a solid start to Preakness week for the full cards, and hopefully we can keep the momentum going. And my Preakness Day full card is complete. So if you're interested in my annual Triple Crown Series full cards and that Preakness full card, you'll find them at therunawayhorse.com on my shop page. I had plenty of success with my Oaks and Derby Day full cards, and now also did well with Black-Eyed Susan Day on Friday. Let's see if we can even do better on Preakness Saturday. And I'm going to show you my analysis on the screen now from Black-Eyed Susan Day, so you know what you will be receiving if you do purchase my analysis. Now, all of my full cards include wagering strategies for each race, plus a suggested double, pick 3, pick 4, and pick 5 tickets. And I also designate my best bets and price plays very clearly in the cards, so you'll know which horses are my best bets and my price plays. And then after the Black-Eyed Susan Day scratches the morning of the race on Friday, I sent out an email with updated suggested wagers, and because some of the horses that I picked did scratch, so I had to update the wagers, and I did that, and I'm going to do the same thing on Preakness Day. So if you purchase that Preakness card and some of my top choices or horses that are write-in tickets are scratched, I'll update those tickets and send out an email with those updates. I've been covering full cards online since the late 1990s. The Preakness is my hometown race. I've mentioned that in many videos, and I've had plenty of success in the Preakness Stakes. Let's see if we can get that Preakness again this year. And I'm going to add a link to my Runaway Horse shop page in the video description below. And that'll do it for this video. But in addition to my Preakness coverage, if you want to check out my Santa Anita Horse of the Day short videos, each day Santa Anita runs, I do that. And last week I went 2 for 3 with my Santa Anita short videos. I have another one for Preakness Friday, for Preakness Saturday, and then Sunday as well. The Santa Anita will be running this Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going to have video shorts posted on my channel for each of those 2 days with my top pick of the day at Santa Anita. I'm going to be back tomorrow evening. I'm going to do a Preakness Day recap, and stay tuned for all of my Belmont Stakes video coverage in the coming weeks as well. Now, this channel does continue to grow, over 162,000 views and over 10,000 watch hours in the last 28 days, picking up a lot of subscribers as well. Thank everybody for watching and supporting my work, and let's keep things moving in the right direction. And like, comment, and share these videos if you like them. Subscribe to my channel as well. It's free to subscribe. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.